Welcome to Full Count Rhythm Baseball on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Presented by Full Count Ministries and Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. Now let's head into the ballpark for tonight's game.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hendersonville, Tennessee. We're at Drakes Creek Park. Field number 3 for tonight's Ohio Valley League action between the Full Count Rhythm and the Paducah Chiefs. Second time these two teams have faced off. The first time it was just 2 innings up at Paducah until the rains came. Paducah leading at the time 4-0. That game will be picked back up the next time that Full Count can make it work. Next time Full Count will be at Paducah. I think it's June 11th, but that's during kids camp, and we won't be playing a doubleheader during kids camp. So it'll have to be another time that Full Count will visit Paducah, Kentucky. See the umpires and coaches meeting at home plate. That is Josh Carmen for the Full Count Rhythm and Scott Tucker meeting with our 3 arbiters today. Full Count with a 3-0 record. Paducah comes in 2-2. Rhythm will try to see if they can keep their perfect mark. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be back with the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate starting lineups.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
And it is time for the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate starting lineups. I'm not sure if it's actually Chick-fil-A Rivergate night tonight, but got a couple of young men in the lineup tonight that are staying in the host home with Todd and Linda Hunley, and I told them they won the lottery with that. We've got a number of great host homes, but nobody else can feed you Christian chicken all the time like the Hunleys can. First for the Paducah Chiefs, 2-2. They're 4th in the Ohio Valley League. Won their first 2 games, lost their last 2. They're going to lead off Maddox Cope, who's going to play second base. Brett Haas is going to bat second and play third. Andrew Dixon is the DH hitting. Brett Haas is going to hit second, play third. Andrew Dixon's the DH. He's going to bat third. Trey Dooley in the cleanup spot playing left field. Austin Wilson behind the plate, bats fifth. Jack Robinson in right field. In the 6th hole, Austin Spears batting 7th, playing shortstop. Batting 8th is Jace England. He's over at first base. Javon Andrews. Don't call him Jevon. That's what I was told up at Paducah last time. Appreciate I think it was his grandma that posted in, said, it's Javon. He's going to bat 9th and play center field. And on the mound, Landon Pund, P-U-N-D. An incoming freshman to Marion Military Institute. That's an Alabama community college. He's from Taylorsville, Kentucky, getting his 2nd appearance of the year. Scott Tucker, the head coach in his first year. Pitching coach Kent Wallace back for, I think this is at least year number 2. And assistant coaches Scott Matlock and Jay Smith for the Chiefs. And for the Full Count Rhythm, leading off, playing center field, Jay Fuller. Batting second, Kason Youngblood. He's out in left field tonight. Nathan Rowland, as we're going to roll on through the outfielders in the first 3 batters. He's going to hit third. Bryson Hamilton gets his first start and first game with the Rhythm, one of the VMI Keydets staying with the Hunleys. He's behind the plate hitting 4th. Hudson Separulo, the DH, bats 5th. Charlie Bozeman at third base, batting 6th. Edward McLeod at first base. He'll bat 7th. Batting 8th is the shortstop Landon Rogers, and batting 9th is Joel Chandler. He's going to play second base, and on the mound for his first appearance in a Rhythm uniform, Trevecca Trojan Parker Davis, a left-hander from Covington, Tennessee. He is 6'2", 190-pound, rising senior over there at Trevecca in Nashville. Played 2 years at Dyersburg State before heading to Trevecca. He's a sports management major, the son of Scott and Angie Davis. Brother to Walker, Carter, and Tyler. He's got grandparents in Covington. He calls them Papa and Nanny. And another set of grandparents in Martin, Tennessee, calls Pops and Nana. 11 appearances For the Trojans, 3 starts, a 1-0 record. Our rhythm section is 1 light tonight. Our director, Susan Reese, is on the injured list. She's actually has an illness, so she will not be here. So my 3-year-old granddaughter, Lucy Reese, is going to be pressing the buttons. I hope she's not going to press any buttons, as it is invocation time. See if we can turn our outside microphone on, see if we can pick up Chris Freeman's prayer tonight. We have a speaker in front of us. We will have to take a break for our national anthem.
Father, we thank you for this opportunity to be here tonight to play this great game of baseball. We thank you for both teams representing the Full Count Rhythm and the Paducah Chiefs, for their athletes, their families, the host families, and all who are coaches and staff and a part of this great game. Father, we pray that there is sportsmanship on both sides, that tonight there would be injury-free throughout the game, and then all that we do, we would serve and honor you. And we ask all these things in the name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. We do pray. And everyone said together, amen. And now would you please remain...
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to Absolute Wellness starts here. We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
And Chris Freeman says, play ball. Beautiful night for baseball here in Hendersonville, Tennessee. All 6 teams in action tonight. See if we can figure out who's where tonight. Fulton Railroaders are hosting. Who are they hosting? So I find Game Changer is not my friend a lot of times. So Rhythm take the field. Madisonville Miners are at Hoptown, I believe. Nope, they're at Hoptown's at Madisonville tonight. And Henderson is at Fulton. Madisonville, the only team in the league that has not won a game. They are 0-5. Full Count, the only team undefeated. 3-0. Played the least number of games. Fulton already on top of Henderson, 1-0. Eddie Crittenden on the call for the Railroaders on Facebook, I believe, as left-hander Parker Davis is getting his warm-up tosses. So my pinch hitter tonight, at least on the broadcast side, not really pinch hitting for my wife, but our son, Wilson, our favorite son, Wilson, with his daughter Lucy is here as well. They've come up into the press box to say hello to Grandpa and their dad. Hello, Dub.
Hey, hey.
Wilson Reese, one of the board members on the Full Count Ministry staff now. Former host home the last 2 years and has been on mission trips to Nicaragua and currently awaiting baby number 3. It's a mystery baby. We don't know what this gender is going to be. It's going to be a boy or girl, though, right, Dub?
Boy or girl, we feel pretty good about that one.
Okay. And when is your lovely wife, Anna, due?
I think 3 weeks from today.
Really? I'm having knee surgery 2 weeks from today. You're just going to let her run and go wherever she wants?
We'll see where she goes.
3-year-old's on the loose. And he is the father of Eli. You'll see a little bit later on during the Brewsters commercial. We're going to have Brewsters as our alumni spotlight sponsor tonight. You need to roll. So that's all we got from Wilson. Good job. First pitch in at 7:03. We're getting a little bit closer to our official game time of 7:05. First pitch in there for a called strike, and we are underway. Now fouled off, and the count goes 0-2 to Maddox Cope. Davis out of the zone there for ball 1. He's 6'2". He's almost out of my frame here already. I'm going to have to adjust that camera. 1-2, gets the outside corner for a Corson strikeout to retire the first batter of the ball game. Maddox Cope, the second baseman for the Chiefs, goes and has a chat with Andrew Dixon, who's now on deck as Brett Haas steps to the plate. Brett Haas, at least a second-year player with the Chiefs. Well, they're better players from last year's club. Haas from Paducah, Kentucky, played his freshman year, I believe, at Northeast Mississippi Community College, 6'2", 205. Davis pitches from the windup and delivers high. 2 balls and no strikes. On deck, Andrew Dixon, the DH. Davis just named as a starter. I didn't even see him on the roster prior to today. 3-0 pitch after the strikeout. Whoops. Not a ball. I miss you already, Suze. Swing and a miss. That'll bring us to a Full Count Ministries full count. Hello to Glenda Hudson watching from Paris, Tennessee. Gonna go and say Hudson Separulo's Mimi. Full count pitch on the inside corner and another backward K from Corson. Fire and security. And the first 2 retired via the strikeout. In 17 plus innings at Trevecca this past year, 10 strikeouts for Davis. And that pitch comes pretty close to that C-flap on the helmet to the left-handed hitting DH, but apparently did not make contact. Dixon, 6'3", 195-pound freshman, lifts that one up and out of play over on the other side of the dugout / locker room / batting cage / workout facility for the Hendersonville Commandos, the local high school. Dixon from Lexington, Kentucky. Wabash Valley, I believe they're the Warriors. spitball in there a little bit. 1-1, swung on and missed. So again, I don't think they're the Wabash Valley Cannonballs, but that'd be good. I've broadcasted a game up there at Wabash Valley. Ground ball to the right side. Should be a can of corn for Joel Chandler or an easy play. Can of corn's typically a fly ball. And that's a ground out. And a 1-2-3 inning for Mr. Davis. All zeros if you're scoring at home. We'll head to the bottom of the first. You can't get insurance runs in the bottom of the first, folks. We'll take a quick break and be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
This is Eli Reese. You are listening to Full Count Rhythm Baseball with my grandpa, Tim Reese, on the Full Count Sports Network.
There's little E right there on the bumper. His dad and sister had to walk away. I'm not sure where little Lou went, but Dad had to chase her down. She's on the move. Hello to Helen Kelly. I'm going to go with that pronunciation from Madisonville, Kentucky. That's Barrett Brown's and Zane Brown and Maura Brown grandmother. Call her Nan with 2 N's. Appreciate you checking in on Facebook tonight. Game time temperature didn't get that to you. It's 81 degrees. Feels like 82. Brought to you by Safeware. Mike Harrell is in the park tonight. His son Logan just got in the portal from Trevecca and is headed to Kansas, Lawrence, Kansas. So congratulations to Logan, a former Rhythm player. Jay Fuller with probably the oldest song. Jay Fuller getting the start here tonight. I believe his grandparents are up from Alabama. Pitch misses outside. Jay from Oak Grove, Alabama, facing Landon Pund. And he throws his bat off the screen. The pitch is swung on and missed. So, bat. Foul bat, yeah. That bat, thankfully the screen was there. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike to the Rhythm leadoff batter. Jay Fuller, Kason Youngblood, and Nathan Rowland due up here. Chris Freeman cracks open a cold one up here in press box. It's a Fresca, folks. Stand down. Chris Freeman's like he's a pastor in his part-time. 2-1, swing and a miss. Let's get the 2 up there, and now we'll get 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jay Myers, Tina Myers, saw them come in. They came in real early, helped out with the game day administration, as a matter of fact, working on that line right to the third baseman, Brett Haas, who retires Jay Fuller on the line out. Jay Myers, father of J.C. Myers, pitcher out of Columbia State, helped with figuring out our new speakers as Kason Youngblood fouls off a ball over the screen to the right, a AAA autoglass foul ball. Ooh, caught a windshield. Somebody parking over there in field 4. Youngblood from Lee University. He's one of the big boys in the lineup tonight. Is he goes opposite field for a one-out knock. Youngblood with the first hit of the ball game. Jason, a large human being, playing left field tonight. Jason, 6'4", 240. He's from Murfreesboro. Providence Christian Academy. Hunt working from the stretch to Roland, the right fielder. Grounds one, third base side, but it's foul. Nathan from Mercer University, hometown Ackworth, Georgia. He's not a small fellow himself, 6'1", 215. Business management major, minoring in marketing. Lloyd and Laurie Roland, his parents, Ashlyn, his sister. Grandma's in Savannah, Georgia. Jeep and Jeem down in the Tampa, Florida area, staying in the host home of Chandler Phelps. He was the starting catcher in that first game up at Paducah. Swing and a miss on the slider. He's down in the count 0-2. Playing his third game of the year. He's got one hit. It's a big fly. Home run up at Madisonville. He's got 3 RBIs. Teammate of Devin McCarron, one time rhythm player, as Roland swings through that inside fastball, and he's the second out of the first. That'll bring up new rhythm player Bryson Hamilton. Another one of the starting linemen on this football field today. Takes a pitch just inside from Pund. He's another VMI cadet, 6'4", 230, a rising junior from Norfolk, Virginia. International studies major. How's that one straight back? Ball and a strike. Probably the last thing that's going to be happening is the score bug. Probably going to fall behind on that score bug a little bit. I'll try to keep up. Adam Hamilton, his dad, lives in Virginia Beach, Virginia. His mom, Christina Hamilton, lives in Norfolk. Sisters Ellison, Sutton, and Turner. Sutton and Turner are newborn babies. Newborn daughters of Adam Hamilton. He and teammate pitch is a ball, and the throw goes into center field. Look at Kason Youngblood. About half of him. You can see half of him. Pitch caught a ball, and he gets a stolen bag, and it might be his second of the year. It is not. It's his first of the year. Now in scoring position. Yeah. Up and out of play, AAA Autoglass foul ball. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bryson and Gabe Jenkins, 2 teammates from Virginia Military Institute, are staying with the Hunleys, owners of Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. They're our title sponsor. 2-2 pitch is low and outside. Nice stop by the catcher, Austin Wilson, to bring us to a full count. Ministries full count. Myers sitting in the high dollar seats right behind home plate. Not sure if there's a concession service or not to those seats. Full count pitch. Chopped right back to the first, or to the pitcher, who will underhand to Jace England for the final out. 1-3 if you're scoring at home, and if you are, I need to know about it. Send an email to treesports@gmail.com. and let me know you're scoring at home. If you are, we'll talk about you right here on the Full Count Broadcast Network. As I try to find the commercial we're supposed to go to.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Tim Reese riding solo tonight without my wife, Susan. She's at home, not feeling well, but hoping to be back and ready for the next home game on Saturday. I'll miss you if you're listening at home. Juggling more balls, spinning more plates. Doug Rogers, father of Landon Rogers, shortstop tonight for Full Count, is listening back in Memphis. It's his mom's birthday today. We've got another birthday shout out that we'll get to here shortly. Trey Dooley, Austin Wilson, and Jack Robinson to face Parker Davis in his second inning of work. He's gone 2-0 to hang down your head, Trey Dooley. It's not original, but it has to be said. Popped up and out of play. Lynn Burgess watching also tonight. She's chiming in on Facebook. Got about a couple of dozen of you watching on Facebook tonight. 3-1 count. Started to go, holds up, and that's ball 4. And the first runner to reach against Parker Davis is the left fielder Trey Dooley, as Austin Wilson, the catcher, steps to the plate. Almost, well, it was 60. Now up to 64 watching on YouTube. Of course, Paducah has a radio broadcast on the road. Aiden DeFrance is here just to the right of behind the plate. Young broadcaster who's been involved with Paducah Chiefs baseball, I believe, for a couple of years. Last year did a little PA work, and helpful to me when we would travel up there. Squaring around a bunt, and offering was Wilson. And coming up empty, he's now down in the count 0-2. Not sure if that was supposed to be a sack bunt or not, but didn't look like he was all that stoked about squaring around. Pops out that one. Maybe Caroline Robertson will get that one on the way down from the press box to the merch pavilion. She's the assistant manager here, I guess, for game day operations. She's Brooke Carmen's right hand for home games. The wife of Drew Robertson, former Rhythm player. Nice catch there by Bryson Hamilton. keep that one from the backstop. Kason Youngblood's in left. Jay Fuller's in center. Nathan Rowland in right. That's Charlie Bozeman, second-year player for the Rhythm at third. Landon Rogers at short. Joel Chandler at second. Edward McLeod down at first base. He and Parker Davis looking at each other, but Davis decides to come home for ball two. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here as the Chiefs bat in the top of the second. On deck, Jack Robinson. Wilson tended Jackson State, fouls that one in and out of the glove of Hamilton. It's from St. John's, Florida. And that Jackson State, the question is that Jackson State Community College or is it short for Jacksonville State? Inquiring minds want to know. 2-2 grounded weakly over to second base. Chandler charges, gloves, throws over to McLeod for out number 1. On the play, Dooley heads down to second. Chandler with a couple assists. There's a Jackson State in, is it a community college or is it a 4-year school? Jack Robinson steps to the plate. From Mount St. Joe's, as we called it in Cincinnati. Played at Vincennes starting out, takes a pitch high for ball 1. Mount St. Joseph is in Cincinnati. He's from Canby, Indiana. Swing on a pitch that dived down to the turf. Unhittable pitch right there, but a swing and a miss by Robinson. It does say on the Paducah Chiefs program, Jackson State Community College, head coach Mike Winders. I think there's 3 Hendersonville Commandos who just graduated high school are headed down to Jackson State. They play in the TCCAA, that's a Tennessee Community College Athletic Association. Good stop there by Bryson Hamilton. Once again, to keep the runner at second base. Not sure when Bryson and Gabe Jenkins arrived from Virginia. Jim Douthit, the third VMI cadet who's on the Rhythm roster, and he's been here a little bit. Mary Kate Sepp. I'll learn it, Mary Kate. The mother of Hudson Sepparulo is watching in Paris, Tennessee. And the 3-1 is high. Second walk of the inning. Puts runners at first and second. And Austin Spears, the shortstop, steps to the plate. Spears, 5'11", 180-pound, I'm assuming, second-year player at Northeast Mississippi Community College. He's from, I do this every year. Eddyville or Eddyville? I'm going with Eddyville. That's what you think, Ava? And why would you from Chicago know what Eddyville or Eddyville's pronounced? Huh? You just saying it loud with conviction, right? The largest spoon ever manufactured is no, I have no idea. What is it about Eddyville? The state prison or a state prison? Okay. Well, I know there's one in Litchfield because I've been in it several times. Interviewed some prisoners in there. Yeah, I was gonna say I had the key to get out though. I interviewed there were federal prisoners. They'll house federal prisoners there. 1-1 pitch with 1 out, 2 on. Cracked down the right field line. Foul. Lucy, you're on your little scooter. Go get it. AAA autoglass foul ball. They give you. There she is. She's waving at Grandpa now. You can't see it. You can't see it, but she's the cutest kid in this complex for sure. Wherever she's at, she's the cutest. Check swing by Spears. They're going to check down to first base. Oh, you can't check with that guy. That guy's, he's blind. It's old John Higdon down there from Clarksville. He'll go back and listen to this and get a chuckle. Behind the plate, Carson Jones. Jason Carey out in the middle of the diamond. Almost a strike three on another backward K, but does not pull the trigger there. Full count Ministries, full count. Shortstop Austin Spears grounds 1-2 second. This could be two. Chandler flips to Rogers for one to throw in the dirt. Dug out by Edward McLeod. And if you had your double play card played, you're a winner chicken dinner. That's a 4-6-3. Do that. Double play to end the inning. Nice job by McLeod to dig that one out of there. And Parker Davis wiggles off the hook. No runs, no hits, no errors. One runner left aboard as we head to the bottom of the second. Still no score here in Drakes Creek Park in Hendersonville, Tennessee.
Corson Fire and Security first opened for business in 1946. From the very beginning, we understood something important. We're not just protecting buildings. We're protecting the dreams that built them. We're protecting the lives unfolding inside them. Fire extinguishers, sprinkler systems, and security products are the tools of our trade, but people are the inspiration behind it. For 7 decades, we've never forgotten that. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Move to the bottom of the second. Big Hudson Separillo, the DH, will lead off against Landon Pund. He'll be followed by Charlie Bozeman and then Edward McLeod. Separillo hit one out the other day against the Hoppers. His first of the year, it went over the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate, sign just to the right of the batter's eye, and we see we have the AAA autoglass signs up on the batter's eye now. It's a good look out there, Dylan Doris. Thanks to the Doris family for their support of Full Count Rhythm Baseball. AAA autoglass everywhere. We got them on the little squishy balls that you get when you go get a foul ball and take it back to the merch pavilion. Separillo and back-to-back pitches, swings, fouls that one. Somebody's chimed in, looks like on YouTube. I can't read it. Popped up out of play, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Somebody else listening in Paris, Tennessee. Hudson Separillo, the only one that I know that has family there. That ball's well struck out to right field. Back goes Jack Robinson, and right at the Dudak communication sign, hauls in what would have been a extra base hit for Hudson Separillo. Instead, it's an out. Didn't have his Wheaties. Separillo, the first out. Now Charlie Bozeman steps in, 5'10", 190-pound rising junior at Samford. Takes ball 1 outside. Bozeman playing in his third game. He's got a hit. That's a triple. Drove in a run at Madisonville with that triple. Looking to get off the schneid. If you know what the schneid is, he's trying to get off of it. From Knoxville, Tennessee, is a Farragut Admiral proud alum, as is Jackson Zeller. A couple of Farragut Admirals. Looking now at a 3-ball no-strike count. Son of Michael and Emily Bozeman, brother to Andrew, grandson of Papa and Grandmommy in Knoxville, and Pop and Dee Dee down in Memphis. He draws a 4-pitch walk. First walk of the game for Pund. Henderson Flash had tied it up, but Fulton 1-1. Edward McLeod steps to the plate. Another defensive lineman. Starts to go, holds up. They want to check down at first base. Does not look like the home plate umpire is obliging, though. McLeod, 6'3", 230-pound redshirt freshman. He's also a Sanford Bulldog. He's from Mobile, Alabama, attended St. Paul's Episcopal High School. He's a business major, and he means business. Ed and Katie McLeod, his parents. Harris, I assume, is a brother. Breaking pitch. I did not put that information down on my sheet. B and Cookie's grandparents in Mobile, Alabama. He's got a set in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He calls them Papa and Mimi. But, of course, our clock operator, also known as a scoreboard keeper, she knows all that because he's staying at their house. 3 balls and a strike as Pund having a little trouble finding the strike zone here in the second. 1 out, 1 on, 3-1 pitch coming to McLeod. And he draws the walk. See if Kent Wallace, the pitching coach for Paducah, wants to come out and have a confab on the mound. Not yet, as Landon Rogers steps to the plate. 6'3", 170-pound sophomore. Attended Trevecca Nazarene this past year. Briarcrest Christian High School, where he went. Looks at a ball down low. Entrepreneurship is what he is majoring in over there at Trevecca. Doug and Kelly Rogers. Kelly's birthday today. What's Landon got up his sleeve for his mom's birthday? He's got a base hit to the left side. Jonas Smithson with the wave on. And there it is. There's your RBI from Landon Rogers for the Framework Athletics first run of the game. Landon, an RBI single, drives in Charlie Bozeman. And the Rhythm lead 1-0. Just underneath the glove of Brett Haas, the third baseman. And that leadoff walk comes back to haunt Pund and the Chiefs. Joel Chandler, he and Rylan Moses tied for the team lead in hits. Looks at a called strike. He's from Montevallo, down just south of Birmingham. Chandler hitting .600. Played now in all 4 games. Slices one off the screen over by the first base dugout. Down in the count 0-2. On deck, Jay Fuller, the leadoff man. 6 hits, 5 singles. He's got a double, 3 RBIs. Walked a couple times, been hit a couple times. On base average of a cool .714. And this is according to the Tim Reese stat sheet. I like to have accurate stats. If it was Ken Stegall doing every game, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it myself. I totally 100% rely on the scorer's table. especially when it's Ken Stegall doing the scorekeeping. He's a Hall of Famer from Trevecca. All right, Mama's happy for old Landon. There's a ground ball to second, could be two, over to short for one and on to first for an inning-ending 4-6-3 double play. Joel Chandler has turned several of those himself and has one turned on him. And that will end the inning, but one run on one hit, no errors, and one runner left aboard. We're through two. Full Count leads 1-0. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high-quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Top of the third. Paducah Chiefs will send 8, 9, and 1 to the plate. Jace England, Javon Andrews, and then Maddox Cope to face Parker Davis out for his third inning. First appearance of the year for Parker, and I believe he's going to be a one start a week for the Rhythm. Living in Covington, Tennessee. That's down in West Tennessee. Went to Covington High School and pitches for Trevecca in the spring after a couple of years at Dyersburg State, the Eagles of Dyersburg State. He had two different head coaches in the 2 years that he was there, and they were twins. Robert White, and then his twin brother, who was the head girls softball coach, George White, who did not finish the season that year. Now I think it's Cooper Goen, who's just finished his first year at Dyersburg. Lefty on lefty matchup here. England, first baseman. How's that one off? England's an incoming freshman to the aforementioned Dyersburg State Eagles. He's from Clarksville, Tennessee. Don't have the high school that he attended. I think I might have seen something that said Riverside, but I don't know that I've heard of that high school. We got 2-1. Has a breaking pitch that catches the inside corner at the knees. Decatur, Tennessee. So why would he be from Clarksville? Is that close? Decatur and Clarksville that close? 2-2's tapped right back to the mound. Lefty underhands over to Edward McLeod. And that's one out. Javon Andrews, center fielder, steps to the plate. Javon plays at Vincennes. He's from Hobart, Indiana. 5'8", 180 pounds. Davis delivers, fouled back as Andrews not waiting. Aggressive hitter. One to nothing, full count leads, top of the third. Be on the road tomorrow to go to Henderson. I believe they start their games at 6:30 during the week. I will be traveling with the team. I checked down with John Higdon, the first base umpire. He does his best Superman. Says no, he did not go. There we go. We got somebody on Facebook says It's from Decaturville, Tennessee. Okay, there you go. Well, now it's okay. We'll get it. I'm just pulling off what the Chiefs had. Let's get all the balls and strikes up there as he draws the walk. Third walk of the game by Davis. Now the top of the order, Maddox Cope. I'll change my. Yeah, even in the their program, their guide, it says he's from Clarksville. Maddox Cope struck out looking first time he stepped in the box. Swinging and missing there. Throw down to second is late. 1 ball, 1 strike. As Andrews picks up the stolen base. Ball and a strike to Cope. And he's going to take off again for third. No reason to throw that. That was a running start off of Davis. Andrews not meeting much resistance from the pitcher, Parker Davis there. Got a bunch of little gnats around today. 2-1 pitch, 1 out. Runner at third. Fouled back. Parker Davis looking for a strikeout here. Kelly planning on making the trip to Henderson tomorrow night. We'll make sure to stop by and say howdy to the broadcaster. 2-2 pitch, tall lefty. Gets another foul ball. See if I can figure out where Decaturville is. Three, Full Count Ministries, full count. Just south of Parsons. Now tell me where Parsons is. Full count pitch. Grounded to third. They're going to go to first instead of trying to get Andrews at home, and a ground out ties the ball game. I thought that Bozeman might have had a chance at home plate. He must not have felt good about it. Decided to go the easy route, an RBI ground out for Maddox Cope. So a run without the aid of a hit. Brad Haas steps to the plate. First pitch is high. There we go. It's close to Lexington, but that's not Lexington, and well, that's not even close to Clarksville. Called strike. I mean, not thanks. That's helpful. So he says Parsons is right by Decaturville. Chris Freeman, part-time comedian. 2,000 comedians out of work. Chris Freeman up here getting jokes. Geographer. You're a Googler, just like me. A Googologist. Where did that miss? Ball 3 right over the plate. 3-1 pitch. Davis wondering about that one. Haas also a strikeout of the backward variety last time as he takes a healthy cut, comes up empty. We'll have another Full Count Ministries full count. Well, somebody needs to tell the Paducah Chiefs where Jace England is from. It's not going to be me. Ball 4. Sends Haas to the first base with 2 outs. 4th walk. Both teams have allowed a run, and they were walks. Couple of strikeouts, 4 walks. "60 pitches now for Parker Davis in his 3rd. There's a pitch at the letters for a called strike. Andrew Dixon grounded out to second base to end the 1st. Huge UGG for Freeman. Jay Myers listening to the broadcast down there while he's here in attendance. Chris Freeman and Jay Myers know each other. All right, what are we doing? My scoreboard acting up again. Where's Isaiah Fuller to let me know if my score's right? Had all kinds of trouble up at Madisonville the other day. Yeah, I got apparently hit an out there. That's why it sent us to the next half inning. 3 balls and a strike, runner on at first, 1 run in. Tie game 1-1. Brandon Jagger's in the house. Three 1 catches the outside corner, and Andrew Dixon's going to have to pick up his bat. Full Count Ministries, yet again, we've got Full Count Ministries verse of the game coming up at the end of today's contest. Parker Davis going to throw over to first. Javon Andrews already a couple of stolen bases in this inning to help manufacture that run. Runner should be off of the pitch, and there he goes. Pitch is taken, I assume, for a strike 3. That's, of course, an fire and security strikeout to end the inning. I'm going to put the third. All 3 strikeouts are backward Ks. 1 run, no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base, heading to the bottom of the 3rd. All tied up.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Safeware is there when response is critical, assisting in the classroom as you shape the future of America, helping you build roadways and infrastructure for tomorrow. With protective solutions, innovative technology, and leading technical services, Safeware works tirelessly to provide our nation's workforce with confidence in their safety. Before, during, and after, Safeware is there.
Now we go to the bottom of the 3rd. Top of the order, due up for Full Count Rhythm. Jay Fuller, Kason Youngblood, Nathan Rowland to face Landon Pund. Again, we have, who's that? Careless Whisper? That's who plays this. Is it Wham? That's the name of the song, is Careless Whisper, right? Okay. Jay Fuller with the old throwback. Some songs more memorable than others. This is not your typical walk-up song. Jay Fuller likes it for some reason. Might need to get the backstory on that. Lined out to the third baseman, his first plate appearance. Takes a called strike. 6 foot, 195-pound rising redshirt freshman from Oak Grove, Alabama, majoring in finance and accounting. Couple of hard majors there. He went down the right field line, but he got around on that one a little bit too quickly. A AAA autoglass foul ball. Isaiah and Key. I printed up a new sheet. Lakeisha, she posted in the other day and said, goes by Key, as apparently Jay needs a new piece of lumber. Sisters Zion and Shiloh. Now the question is, which set of grandparents came? Poppy and Nana from Bessemer or Granddad and Grandma from Oak Grove? Staying in the host home of Damon and Tanya Walls. 1-2 pitch. This is just outside. Swing and a miss. Changeup of, I believe, at least an off-speed pitch that Fuller got fooled on. Second strikeout for Pund. Mason Youngblood grounds 1-2, hops 2. Haas, and his throw across the diamond brings England across the line, but he keeps a foot on the base to retire Youngblood. Quickly, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Nathan Rowland, a strikeout victim in the first, steps to the plate. He swings at the first pitch and a AAA autoglass foul ball off to the right. Got some gremlins up here in the press box, sounds like. Messing with the public address announcer, Chris Freeman. That is lined right to the shortstop, who gets up on his tippy toes. Something fell to the turf. Apparently not the ball. And 1-2-3 inning for Pund. Soft liner to Austin Spears. Tommy Separulo is listening in. I think he's down in Jackson. Just got done umpiring in the Gainesville Regional. And he is listening in on the Full Count Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here.
Compliant with code. If you're a facility manager or building owner, you've heard the term plenty of times. At Corson Fire and Security, we work to keep buildings compliant with the most demanding code of all, our own. We've been protecting people and property since before most of today's codes were even written. And what we've learned along the way makes us the best choice to partner with for the future. Corson Fire and Security, celebrating 70 years. Learn more at corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Jim Reese back on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Announcement went out that it is Trish Lamar's birthday today, along with Kelly Rogers. Trish, 49 years old again. I don't know how many years it's been that she's been 49, but that's my understanding. All right, found out that. Let me finish the thought on Trish Lamar. She suffered through a life with her husband Dave Lamar, longtime parks director here in Hendersonville. He's one of those dang Yankees, just like myself, that came down south, and we've got the bumper sticker that said we weren't born here, but we got here as quick as we could. But they are host home family for several years and big time supporters of Full Count Ministry and Full Count Rhythm. Not sure if Dave is still on the board. It seemed like he was. That was I didn't really mean to swing there from Trey Dooley, who walked leading off the second. Second time he's led off an inning. Parker Davis still out on the mound. Delivers the ball down in the turf. This is an artificial turf infield, grass outfield. Looks like they dug some trenches through the outfield for some reason. I don't know if that's, I would guess that's sprinkler related. That pitch gets out of play. So the Bessemer grandparents, along with an uncle, are here for Jay Fuller. You get that ball up there, ball and 2 strikes. Is the accurate count, according to Ava. Thumbs up from Ken Stegall, the official scorer. Low breaking pitch, swung on and missed, and a Corson. Fire and security, strikeout. 4th strikeout of the ball game. This is the first swinging. Parker Davis now with 72 pitches. Not sure what his top is. I did talk to him before the game, but he did not give me a pitch count. I said, well, everybody else has gone 6 innings, all starters gone 6 innings. That's what we expect here at Full Count. Champions. 3-time champions here in the Ohio Valley League. Been in the league 4 years, 4 out of the last 5. Went away for the Prospect League for 1 season, then hopped back into the OVL. First year lost in the championship round to DuBois County. I say everybody went 6. Ryan Sweeney did not go 6 in the first game, so I sit corrected. Another Corson, fire and security, strikeout. It's now 3 in a row by Parker Davis. He struck out Dixon to end the 3rd, and Dooley and Austin Wilson here to begin the 4th. Ryan Sweeney will go 6 or 7 the next time he gets on the hill. He's a Bulldog. Is a Bulldog tougher than a Trojan? I don't know. He's actually a Trevecca Trojan, but he does not like to lose. 3rd-year player for the Full Count Rhythm, Ryan Sweeney, and he has been a star the first 2 years for sure. Quiet here at the old ball yard. It's unusually quiet here in the press box. Foul ball. We're missing my wife, right? She talks a lot up here in the press box, so can hardly get a word in edgewise. Jack Robinson walked the first time he came to the plate in the second, but was retired on a 4-6-3 double play off the bat of Austin Spears to end the inning. Robinson, 6'2", 180-pound redshirt junior from Canby, Indiana. You want to let us know in one of the chats, either a post on Facebook or a chat on YouTube. Let us know who you are, where you're watching from, who you're rooting for. Try to give you a little holler out on the broadcast. People are not typically using my email address. I will go and check real quick. None so far. Full Count Ministries, full count. Pitch goes wide for ball 4. Second time that Robinson has walked. That's the 5th walk of the game. We cannot see the home bullpen down the left field line to see if there's anybody getting loose. This big brick building between the press box and the left field line. We can't even see down in the corner, which can be a handicap for an official score when a ball hit down in the corner. There, speaking of a ball hit to the corner, ground ball down to the bullpen. Austin Spears grounded into a double play. You can rest assured he won't ground into a double play in this inning, though. There are 2 outs, folks, and impossible. Can't be done. Bryson Hamilton with the sponge in his glove has that ball pop out. As a former catcher, I did used to catch with a sponge in my glove. Save that, whatever you call that little padded area on that pointer finger. Just misses inside again. Parker Davis wondering where that missed. Count goes 2 balls and a strike. Carson Jones behind the plate. John Higdon at first. Jason Carey out in the middle of the field, also known as the third base umpire. 3-man crew. 2-1. Runner stays put. That's out to right center field. Jay Fuller looks like he has full control, and he does. Gets underneath that one for out number 3. Couple of strikeouts and a flyout. Packaged around a 5th walk by Davis. He now has 87 pitches. That might end the evening for Parker. We'll have to see. But we will take a break. Be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here.
Compliant with code. If you're a facility manager or building owner, you've heard the term plenty of times. At Corson Fire and Security, we work to keep buildings compliant with the most demanding code of all, our own. We've been protecting people and property since before most of today's codes were even written. And what we've learned along the way makes us the best choice to partner with for the future. Corson Fire and Security, celebrating 70 years. Learn more at corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Bryson Hamilton, Hudson Separulo, and Charlie Bozeman scheduled, and we're looking for Bryson Hamilton now as the Chiefs are ready to go. Jesse and Veda Andrews, also known as Papa and Yaya, chimed in up at when we were at Paducah the other day and gave me the correct pronunciation of Javon Andrews. Thanks for the YouTube chat. Appreciate you all watching and listening. Pund still on the mound. Big Grant Edwards, of course, in Fire and Security, has showed up. And his little boy. What's up, Grady D? You still making money doing Goodlettsville Little League scorekeeping? Oh, you made a little bit of money over there from that league? Sticking it to the man. that easy peasy work. You drawing a big paycheck, weren't you? Grounded to third base. Nice play by Haas off the bounce as he retires Bryson Hamilton for out number one in the bottom of the fourth. Couple of ground outs for the new player for the Rhythm. Bryson Hamilton now 0 for 2. Now Hudson Ceparulo nearly drove his second home run out of here. Caught right in front of the Dudak Communications sign out in right center field. It's a big boy. He can hit it a long way. Played at Motlow State for a minute and a half this past spring after a couple seasons down in Jackson at Union University. Just a bit outside, tried to catch the corner and missed. Ceparulo playing in his third game. Came in hitting .429. 1-1 pitch. Started to go. Holds up on the pitch. It lands down low. Cep, I assume that's what they call him. Came in 3 for 7 and a couple singles in that long ball. 3 RBIs in 7 official plate appearances. Also walked 3 times. On base average of 600. He and Rylan Moses tied in that statistic for second place. Lifted out to center field. Should be playable. Javon Andrews jumped, but I don't think he even got to the warning track out there in front of the Absolute Wellness sign and the Chick-fil-A Rivergate sign. But he made the catch for out number 2. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate is the title sponsor for the Full Count Rhythm for at least the second year. Appreciate Todd and Linda Hundley and 25 years or so at Chick-fil-A up there in Rivergate. Charlie Bozeman at the plate. He scored the only run of the game for Full Count. Drew a 1-out walk in the second. Came around to score on the RBI single by Landon Rogers. Bozeman, a second-year Rhythm player from Samford. Staying in the host home of John and Amy Smithson. Half the team staying over there, I believe. Tony Brown's watching up there in Madisonville. Got to meet him the other day. The road game. Barrett Brown's grandfather. Popped up. That's back this way to the right of the press box. AAA Autoglass foul ball. Makes the count 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Charlie Bozeman, 5 home runs a year ago for the Full Count Rhythm. He pops that one up on the right side. Might be playable for England. First baseman calls off the catcher. Austin Wilson right in front of their dugout. And that is the final out. That's 2 innings of 3 up, 3 down for Landon Pund, who is now through 4 innings. It is still tied at 1-1. We could get some Grant Edwards time on the microphone if you want. No, you don't want to? All right, let me take a break. We played that Corson Fire and Security commercial way too much. Let's cool it off with a Brewster's ice cream video.
This is Eli Reese. You are listening to Full Count Rhythm Baseball with my grandpa, Tim Reese, on the Full Count Sports Network.
A little slow on the uptick here. Visiting with Grant Edwards up here in the press box and his oldest son, Grady. Grant Edwards on the board, and he's one of the original members of Full Count Ministries. He has big man for Corson Fire and Security here in Nashville. Eric Alexander, another Full Count Ministries supporter, Full Count Rhythm supporter, and many-time short-term missionary to Nicaragua with Full Count. Also works at Corson Fire and Security. We've got a Hendersonville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen. Big number 40, Will Claudney is the new pitcher from Lee University, 6'4", 205-pound redshirt freshman. He's from Thompson Station, Tennessee. It's down in Williamson County, just south of Nashville. Attended Summit High School. Right-hander. He's a business administration major, the son of Wes and April Claudney, brother to Reagan and Faith. Papa and Nama are in Thompson Station. Nana and Papa Lou in Tampa, Florida. Big Grandpa and Nadia in Chicago. He comes in to face 8, 9, and 1. Chase England leading off an inning for the second time. Be followed by Javon Andrews, and then Maddox Cope looks at ball one. England grounded out to the pitcher as in that third inning. Left-handed batter, and we've determined he's from Decaturville, Tennessee, not Clarksville. The 2-0 is Clodney nearly clobbers England. Not that he meant to. Clodney had an outing up in Madisonville. He went an inning and 2/3, gave up 2 hits, 3 runs. They were earned. Walked 4, struck out 3, and he's walked the leadoff batter here in the 5th on 4 pitches. Parker Davis, 5 walks, 5 strikeouts in his 4 innings. Does not allow a hit. Did give up a run, which was earned. As he faced 16 batters. So he gives away to Clodney, facing Javon Andrews. Sees a big breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Andrews walked in the third and stole second, stole third, and then came home on a ground out by Maddox Cope. Let's see if England will do any running. There's another breaking pitch that must have missed high. I guessed wrong. The head coach said it missed, or the umpire said it missed inside. Foul ball that caught a piece of either the catcher or the home plate umpire there. Might have been the umpire as quickly as Hamilton looked back to check on him. Clodney now is ahead in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Clodney is a common spelling. Not sure what country it's common spelling in, but Chladny. Swing and a miss, and a Corson Fire and Security strikeout. Or Clodney. Now top of the lineup, Maddox Cope 0 for 2 with an RBI. Steps to the plate. 3 games, the Rhythm have given up a total of 11 runs, 10 earned. Come in with a 3.33 ERA as a team. Clodney delivers just a bit above the letters for ball 1. Old Railroaders now with a 6-run lead over the Henderson Flash. As they bat in the bottom of the 5th. Breaking pitch whispers at the outside corner for a called strike. Hlavic. Okay. From Slovenia. From Slovakia. Check swing. Hamilton gets a glove on it, keeps it in front. Pitch called a ball. I'm going to check down with John Higdon, the first base umpire. He says it's a strike. John was using his good eye that time. Attaboy. We're friends, folks. Just from being around at ballparks, he's umpired many games that I've broadcasted, so we've gotten to chat along the way. 1-2 pitch coming to Cope. Overhand hammer, and that ends the at-bat for Maddox Cope. A Corson fire and security strikeout. You can't spell Corson without a K. That's what Zach Williams says, former play-by-play man of the Full Count Rhythm. Yeah, he's an insurance man. I can't remember the name of the company. Brett Haas at the plate, strikeout and a walk. His 2 plate appearances. Overhand hammer. Plotny with that big breaker gets the call. A very short leg kick, does Clodney, for a big man. Outfield playing Haas straight away. He's got some power. Paducah Chiefs, though, as a team, have not hit a lot of home runs, at least not last year. Fouls that one off the screen. I did a bunch of research last year to see how many home runs, where they were hit. I think there were only 4 home runs hit at Brooks Stadium in Paducah last year. Easton Denning, the former Vol State Pioneer, hit one of them. What ended up being an illegal bat. Count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. He was the Paducah Chief first baseman a year ago. Had 2 really good seasons at Vol State. Now heading to Lindenwood in the St. Louis area. Braden Baker was middle infielder for the Chiefs last year. He came to Vol State after 1 year at Murray State and had an excellent year for the Pioneers. He's now looking for a possible 4-year opportunity, but he's playing with the Jackson Rockabillies and broke his finger, for those of you that might have remembered Braden Baker. Full Count Ministries, full count to Brett Haas with 2 outs, and he's going to draw the walk. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts in the inning. We got a pattern. Yeah, it's not a really good pattern, though. Walk, strikeout, strikeout, walk. It's time for another strikeout, I believe. Andrew Dixon comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Ground out and a strikeout. Right-handed pitcher to the left-handed batter, the DH. And this is outside. Hope you all are doing well out there wherever you are. Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama. If we have anybody listening in from Florida or not tonight. Nice stab by Bryson Hamilton. I think we probably have some folks from Virginia watching these VMI Keydets. Bryson Hamilton behind the plate. Joel Chandler's family down in Mississippi. Clodney's now gone 3 balls and no strikes. He's walked the 2 runners that are on base now and doesn't want to load the bases for the cleanup hitter, Trey Dooley. See if he can climb back. 4-pitch walk. Loads the bases. 8 walks in the ball game, and we're going to get our first look at Jimmy Gamboa, the pitching coach. Jimmy back for year number 3. And that means I got to pull out the intel on Jimmy Gamboa. Hometown, he's from Las Vegas, Nevada. Was born in L.A. He is the current pitching coach at Emory and Henry, located in Emory, Virginia. He got that job after his first summer with Full Count, 2024. He was a grad assistant at Milligan University, where he finished up his pitching career in 2023. He was a AAC second-team all-conference left-handed pitcher. Has a Master of Arts in Coaching and Sport Management at Milligan. The Buffaloes just had an excellent season this year. From Rancho High School, stays at the host home of Brian and Susan Tritt. And the confab is over. First pitch after the visit does not help. Breaking pitch lands down for ball 1. Trey Dooley walked and is struck out. He is clearly on the fish hook right here. He gets a call on the inside fastball. Trying to wiggle off that hook. Top of the 5th, of course. In between innings, we'll have our Brewster's Ice Cream Alumni Spotlight. Nice pickup there by Hamilton on the backhand and the breaking pitch that was spiked. Count goes 2 balls and a strike. We've already spotlighted Peyton Sells, left-handed pitcher. Jackson Benjamin, a right-handed pitcher. That ball's drilled out to left field. Casey Youngblood is back. He's still going back and turns around and makes the catch for the final out. Here in the 5th inning, Dooley put a charge into it, but Youngblood, the athletic one from Lee University, makes the play. No runs, no hits, no errors. 3 runners left on base. That's a total of 6 for Paducah so far in 5 innings, but the score remains 1-1. And our Brewster's Ice Cream Alumni Spotlight tonight is Henry the Eagle in the Tribe Jackson. Henry Jackson, 2-year player, 1-year assistant general manager. He's from Waxhaw, North Carolina, and he started his career at Carson Newman, ended at William and Mary. And speaking of Mary, last May, he married Rebecca, his lovely girlfriend, who actually moved here to Hendersonville, was I believe, a kindergarten teacher for a year or 2 while Henry was up at William and Mary finishing up. They got married last May and have recently welcomed a little boy, Judah. Actually, he was born in May. They got married in July last year. That's what it was. So congratulations to Henry and Rebecca Jackson. Frank and Beth, I believe, Henry's parents down there in Waxhaw, North Carolina. And that Henry is our Brewster's Ice Cream Alumni Spotlight here for today's game. Edward McLeod likes to swing at the first pitch, does not swing at that one. It's inside for ball 1. We still got Landon Pund out there, I would assume, right? We do. Appreciate him turning around and showing us his number. I use binoculars, Chris. Are you having some Brewster's ice cream? Oh, Oikos brought it himself. We have Cancun Lagoon here tonight. Who else? Oh, a no-show from Kona Ice. 1-0's fisted over to second base. Maddox Cope throws out McLeod. He walked his first time up. Got to get the lead before you can get some insurance runs. So who's going to give the Rhythm the lead? Landon Rogers at the plate. He produced the only run. He had some help, but he drove it in with a hard ground ball under the glove of third baseman Brett Haas. And that is popped up into just in the grass. Second baseman Cope makes the catch. For out number 2. Quickly 2 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Brings up Joel Chandler. That single by Rogers in the second was his first hit as a Rhythm player. Joel Chandler's got a bunch of them. He's got 6 hits. He and Ryland Moses with the team lead. This isn't going to be a hit. It's another ground ball. It is the Maddox Cope inning. He's involved in all 3 outs in the bottom of the 5th as the Rhythm go quietly. And we are through 5. We're scheduled for 9. Full Count has not had a base runner since Landon Rogers' single in the second inning. See if we can play some defense here and come in and see what the top of the order can do. We'll take a quick break and be right back.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high-quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Hendersonville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen as Logan Johnson is on in relief. Logan's first appearance in a Rhythm uniform from Columbia State, where he played the last couple of years. Rising redshirt sophomore, started at Tennessee Tech. 5'10", 180-pound right-hander from Franklin, Tennessee, attended Franklin High School. Was an accounting major. He switched over to the very similar major of science, he says. Josh and Jessica Johnson, his parents. Brother of Madison and Lincoln. Peepaw and Nana, they hang out in Brentwood, Tennessee. Grandpa and Grandma in Cookeville, Tennessee, and Grandpa and Grandma in Colorado Springs. 14 appearances this past year at Columbia State for the Chargers. 1 start, had a 1-2 record in 20 innings on the hill. 29 strikeouts in those 20 innings. Gets his first action here in game number 4 of the year for Full Count. Will Clodney goes 1 inning, does not give up a hit, no runs. Walks 3, strikes out 2 as he faces 6 batters. So a lefty, a righty, and another righty for the Full Count Rhythm. We move to the top of the 6th inning. Austin Wilson to lead off against Johnson. Fastball delivered in there, a little bit high for ball one. Wilson's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. Pitches from the windup and another high pitch outside. Speaking of Austin Wilson, somebody has sent in a YouTube chat, unknown. It says M. Wilson. They're watching Austin from Jacksonville, Florida, as he takes a healthy hack, comes up empty. Shuffling papers. Probably hear that. Fouled back as that one got right in on his thumbs. Grounded foul. The third base coach cannot make the play. That remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wilson from St. John's, Florida. I believe St. John's is near right there by Jacksonville. They said they were from Jacksonville. Not sure if that's in Duval County. That's where Jacksonville is located. Ball's hit out to left center field. Jay Fuller's center fielder comes over toward his buddy Kason Youngblood, and he makes the catch for the first out of the 6th. Spent several weeks, I would say, on a couple different occasions in Jacksonville. Had a couple of clients that I worked on down there during my private investigating days after my federal law enforcement time. Enjoyed my time in Jacksonville. Actually spent probably 5 days right at the beginning of COVID at a hotel that was mostly empty in Jacksonville. We left Venice, Florida, while visiting one of my brothers over there. Went to a Braves Astros game at that new facility at North Point, I think they call it. Is that right, Ken? Do you know the strike called? The Braves spring training, that new Cool Ray Field, I think it's called. Northport. There you go. It's 15 minutes away from my brother's house in Venice. Went to the last game that they played at COVID years, an 0-2 swing and a miss by Jack Robinson, and a Corson fire and security strikeout for out number 2. We didn't want to end our 2-week vacation early, so we decided we'd just go over to Jacksonville, spend some time there. St. John's south of Jacksonville, St. John's County. Okay. Mom and Dad are checking out the broadcast. Austin Spears steps to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Florida's one of those states, they have huge counties. They don't have a lot of them. It's a big state, but they don't have a lot of counties. I looked it up one time. Yeah, that's over the head of Austin Spears, who protected the moneymaker there and stooped down out of the way of that inside breaking pitch. Slider misses outside, a 3-0 count with Jace England waiting on deck. Spears from Eddyville. Wonder where Northeast Mississippi Community College is. And he gets plunked for his efforts on the 3-0 pitch. Yeah, the umpire raised his hand, so I went with that. So a 2-out base runner. Logan Johnson, 5'10", 180-pound right-hander Franklin Rebel, I believe they're still called, the Rebels. Franklin High School. I'm sorry? The Franklin High School changed their name to Admirals? What are they, like Belmont? Belmont used to be the Rebels, and they got politically correct in 1998 and went to the Bruins. I didn't know Franklin did that. So disappointed. Admiral, so they're like Farragut. Not a bad team to emulate there, but Franklin High School, where Logan Jarvis, the middle son of Dave Jarvis, attended. I would assume the rest of them did. Pitcher pitches high, and the throw down to second is not in time as Austin Spears swipes a bag. Third stolen base of the night for the Chiefs. They changed it during COVID. Chase England 0 for 1 with a walk. Trying to give the Chiefs their first lead. That is off the handle and a nice little easy pop-up over to Charlie Bozeman. Probably could have caught that when he was 5 years old. And makes the catch to end the inning. England sawed off. And no runs, no hits, no errors. One runner was left aboard. Headed to the bottom of the sixth, looking for some runs. See if Full Count can get the old hickory sticks going.
Corson Fire and Security first opened for business in 1946. From the very beginning, we understood something important. We're not just protecting buildings. We're protecting the dreams that built them. We're protecting the lives unfolding inside them. Fire extinguishers, sprinkler systems, and security products are the tools of our trade, but people are the inspiration behind it. For 7 decades, we've never forgotten that. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Jay Fuller to lead off the sixth, and that means some runs for the Full Count Rhythm. He's 0 for 2, so that means he is due. When you're 0 for 2, you are due, especially when you got family in from out of town. Landon Pund, 5 strong innings so far. Incoming freshman, the Marion Military Institute. I think they're a Division II junior college down in Alabama. About 16 junior colleges in Alabama when I checked. Strike, 2 balls and a strike. 8 stayed in Division I. 8 went to Division II a couple of years ago, I believe. Fuller also from Alabama. Swing and a miss. Lined out to third and struck out swinging. Rhythm be back home on Saturday, on the road tomorrow. Inside, just missed. Austin Wilson thought about throwing down to third base. We got a Full Count Ministries full count. Got to figure out our Full Count Ministries verse of the game before we get there. Line foul. Hey, you want to go out of the New Testament tonight? And ball 4, and Jay Fuller, the rally starter, gets it going with a leadoff walk. We're going yard card right here. Official score, Ken Stegall from the scores table. Going yard card. Kason Youngblood steps to the plate, 1 for 2. He's got one of 2 singles in the game. And it's going to, should have used your double play card. Oh, takes him off the base, but the tag as he was falling off, Jace England. And a 4-6-3 double play. And the rally has a big old bucket of water thrown on it. Second double play turned by the Chiefs. Wah, 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 wah. Shortest rally. Swing and a miss by Nathan Rowland 0 for 2. If only there was a way I could find out who's on the board of directors for Full Count Ministries. Hey, wait a minute. It's in the program. It's right there in the program, printed by Dudak Communications. Hey, Wilson Reese's name is there. My favorite son. Hey, but what are we doing? Are we working or are we playing here? What are we not? Are we too poor to pay attention? What? You got one job. You playing that game again on your phone? Don't do it. You watching TV on your phone? Are you FaceTiming somebody from England? We working or what? 3-1 fisted off the top of the screen. Count goes full count. Picked out a Full Count Ministries verse of the game. Got that queued up now. Alex Montiel, one of these days you need to send in a verse of the game. Swing and a miss or a foul tip into the glove, says our home plate umpire Carson Jones. And 3 up, 3 down. So the old leadoff walk did not come in to haunt the Chiefs. Third strikeout of the game, and young Landon Pond only 84 pitches. We'll see if he comes out for the 7th, because we'll have 4, 5, and 6 due up in the bottom of the 7th. Take a quick break and be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
At the Hendersonville Firefighters Association, IAFF Local 3460, we believe our mission goes beyond the firehouse. It's about serving people, strengthening our community, and sharing hope. That's why we're proud to support Full Count Ministries and their dedication to developing athletes, building character, and spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ. Whether on the field or in the community, we stand united in sharing the good news and making a lasting impact. Hendersonville Firefighters Association, Local 3460, proudly supporting Full Count Ministries. Go Rhythm!
This is Reese Snapper. You are listening to Full Count Rhythm Baseball with my grandpa, Tim Reese, on the Full Count Sports Network.
Reese Snapka is going to be in town Sunday night. He's got a weekend tournament, and then he'll be up for kids camp Monday through Thursday, and then he and his dad are going to have to get on the road right away because he's got another tournament. That old 8U down there in Mississippi, they're serious about their tournament action down in Mississippi. I don't know how many games the kid's already played as an 8-year-old, but it's a bunch. Going to come up here and have a good time with his cousin Eli, and some week during the summer we might try to bring little Sloan Snapka up for a week, not for camp, but just for fun. She can get to see her grandpa and Zizi. Just going to give you the board of directors for Full Count Ministries. Brandon Jaggers mentioned earlier. He's the board president. Grant Edwards, who came in and said howdy in the press box, he's the vice president. Board consists of these individuals. Todd Hunley of Chick-fil-A Rivergate. Chad Lamberth, the aforementioned Dave Lamarbe. His wife Trish has a birthday today. Chad Hutton, as leading off is Javon Andrews, has to back away from that inside breaking pitch from Logan Johnson for ball one. Tanner Sandell, Jeff Newman, hello Newman, Eric Alexander, Dylan Doris of AAA Auto Glass, Wilson Reese, and Alan Sills, the only son of Grand Nora. I have not seen a post from Grand Nora down in Starkville, Mississippi. She's probably getting ready for bed. The young 91-year-old checked down to John Higdon, and he apparently wasn't paying attention, and he said he didn't go. Alan Sills. Some people know him as Dr. Sills. Neurosurgeon, head of the neurology department of the NFL. It's the National Football League. He and Sean lived down in Brentwood or Franklin. Their son Tyler played for the Rhythm a couple of years, also coached a year. 3-1 pitch, grounded to third. Bozeman gloves, throws across the diamond. Edward McLeod with the stretch to retire Andrews for out number one. Tyler Sills started his pitching career at Lipscomb University, then got his last time on the mound with Trevecca. He one day hopes to be called a doctor. I believe he's either in medical school or still getting ready to get into med school. Dr. Sills and Sean have 3 children. I don't remember Tyler's brother and sister's name. Grand Nora's listening in. I bet she knows their names. We've got some celebrities, grandparents, over the years for sure. Nana from Naperville, Drew Robertson's grandmother, probably was our first named Nana. Called Nana, Grand Nora, we called her Nana from Starkville for a while. She didn't miss a game. Then found out that they don't call her Nana, they call her Grand Nora. One of the sweetest ladies you'll ever want to meet in your life. I was looking back at some notes that I made. She brought Brookies, some brownie cookies, when she came to visit. 2-1 pitch catches the outside corner for a called strike to the leadoff batter, Maddox Cope, who's 0 for 3, does have an RBI ground out. The Sells family, the Sells Cell, we call them. They brought pound cake. Somebody in the family brought some pound cake up here one time. That was year number 1, I believe. Maybe been year number 2. We don't turn down food up here, I'll tell you that. We've had crumble cookies. Of course, Ann Claire Jaggers brought cookies up, as that's another Corson fire and security strikeout. Second strikeout for Johnson. That'll bring up Brett Haas, the ever dangerous Paducah Chief player. 0 for 1. He's walked twice. Efforting to find that list. One ball, no strike. Swing and a miss on the off speed. You know, when you're trying to find something on your phone, you just can't when you need to. The pitch backs Haas off the plate, Haas. Logan Johnson delivers. That's high. All right, I'm done looking. Can't find it. Fouled into the dugout. A little friendly fire into the Chiefs' dugout. Full count Ministries, full count. Henderson Flash have come all the way back to tie the score 7-7 in the top of the 7th inning. Chopper foul. How many hits have been collected in that game? There's only been 2 in this game. 13 hits, 14 runs. So many walks they've had, 11 walks. Pitch gets away from the catcher, Bryson Hamilton, but I believe that's ball 4 to Haas, who walks now for the 3rd time. First walk by Johnson. Does have a hit batter that would have been ball 4. That's now 10 walks by, or make it 9 walks and 1 hit batter. Andrew Dixon drawn one of those walks. Steps in with 2 out and 1 on. That's lined into left field, and it's going to get down. That's the first hit of the ball game for the Paducah Chiefs. Puts 2 on. Andrew Dixon now 1 for 3. He goes opposite field off of Johnson. And the cleanup hitter, Trey Dooley, hit one solidly to left field that was tracked down by Kason Youngblood. His last at bat, he's 0 for 2. 1-1 as a pitcher's duel is being played out here in game number 4 for the Rhythm. It's game number 5 for the Chiefs. Rhythm 3-0 in first place. 2-2 are the Chiefs in 4th place. They've lost their last 2 games. Won their first 2. Three balls to the cleanup hitter, Dooley. International missionaries for full count Rhythm, or full count ministries. Alex Montiel, Nicaragua ministry director. Might be the first missionary, as that pitch catches the corner, that full count ever used, I believe. Heidelberg Rubio may have been second if they weren't together. Their brother-in-law, he's the Somoto ministry director. And David Zeladon, the Okatal ministry director. Breaking pitch stays inside for ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Except for the first inning, the Chiefs have had runners on base in every inning. They have left 7 on base, and the Rhythm hoping at the end of this inning they'll have left 10 on. It'll be the second time that they've had the bases loaded. 1 run, 1 hit for Paducah, 1 run, 2 hits for full count. Full count's only left 2 runners on base. Bryson Hamilton goes out and have a conversation with Logan Johnson, the third pitcher on for the Rhythm. Austin Wilson at the plate, 0 for 3. Just misses outside for ball one, and Johnson's going to have to come over the plate with the bases loaded and 2 out. Weekly hit ground ball to short. Rogers charges gloves, throws to first, and Johnson works out of the jam. Logan Rogers makes the easy play over to Edward McLeod. As no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and there is 3 left on. Now a total of 10 for the Paducah Chiefs as it's time to get in rhythm. Johnny Cash to entertain us here at Drakes Creek number 3. We'll be right back after this short break.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here. We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Tim Reese riding solo tonight without my lovely wife, Susan Reese, the director of the first 2 home games. But she is Noah Aki here for this contest. Landon Pund out for his 7th inning, and it is time to send him to the showers. It's Bryson Hamilton 0 for 2. He's 0 for 2, which means he is due. Time to get your first hit as a Full Count Rhythm. Steady fouls it off. Count is no balls and 2 strikes. Mario Gonzalez, the missionary in Honduras for Full Count Ministries. Wilmer Lopez, everybody loves him. He's handling Mazante and Zapote. Not sure I don't think as a married man, he's still living in the old mission house down there in Mazante. Arsenio Rodriguez in Magalizo, there you go. Been a minute since I've been down there. Fouled back. Norvin Gutierrez in Madrid. And everybody's favorite and the all-star of Full Count Nicaragua for sure is the chef, as Rowley's not going to start with Bryson Hamilton as he takes a slow curve right over for a called strike. As Hudson Separulo will step to the plate. Everybody's jumping on the yard card now. We knocked him out. There you go. 90 pitches. Landon Pund is going to go take a seat. Got to be very proud of that. 6 1/3 innings for the incoming freshman, the Marion Military Institute. This is his hometown. Was it Taylorsville, Kentucky? Is that right? Taylorsville. 6'4", 205-pound incoming freshman. And he allowed only 2 hits. So he goes 6 1/3, 2-hit, 1-run baseball. Strikes out 3, walks 3. These are unofficial. Did not hit a batter. And faced 22 batters. And the new pitcher, Josh Gilbert, a left-hander from Rend Lake, hometown Metropolis, Illinois, the home of former Vol State player. And as soon as I remember his last name, I'm going to tell it to you. But I know him really well. But it's old man disease. It's not written right in front of me. Jace, what's your last name from Metropolis? Played at Trevecca. What's his last name? Played a semester, the fall. Jace, good night. Josh Gilbert is Josh's first name. He is on in relief with 1 out, nobody on.
Left-hander, number 22, Josh Gilbert.
I'll look it up in my contacts. Jace Mizell. Scary what you forget. Folks, when you get old and you get on Medicare, it's like as soon as you get that Medicare card, you start forgetting stuff. Jace Mizell, 18 home runs over at Volunteer State his sophomore year, then took a year off. Went to Trevecca for a semester. We got yard cards being played here, don't we? A lefty on lefty. Are we still going yard card? Ava says yes. She's going yard card on Hudson Separulo, who has 1 of 2 home runs. He's got fly outs to right field and center field in his 2 at-bats. That was not a home run pitch right there, and he takes it for a called strike. That would nearly hit him. Breaking pitch wouldn't have hurt too much, though. Two 1 turns into a 3-1. And he's just drawn a walk, and Ava Dorn keeps her yard card. A 1-out walk. As Gilbert puts a runner on. Charlie Bozeman will step to the plate, 0 for 1. Might not be a bad yard card right here. He has hit home runs here in this park. I was going to say, that looked a pretty good pitch, but took a minute for the umpire to register on that one. Wide of the plate on the second offering. Charlie, 13 games this past spring for Samford. Did hit a home run, walked 5 times. Last year for full count, 2 doubles, 5 home runs. That pitch gets past the catcher down to second base, goes Separulo. And we're going to have to see that one again, aren't we, Ken? Oh, it didn't hit the dirt. It looked like it was going to hit Bozeman, though, is what. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. See on that replay, and that one hits Bozeman. So a wild pitch and then a hit by pitch puts runners at first and second. Let's get a little intel about where Josh Gilbert, Rend Lake, 6'2", 200-pound freshman. I think he played at Rend Lake this past year. And he's going to face Edward McLeod. I'm going to go ahead and go yard card right here. I'm going to say Edward McLeod's going to get his arms out and get a pitch to hit. But he might not. That's pretty wide of the mark right there, and Gilbert looks like he's struggling to find the strike zone. Edward 0 for 1 with a walk in this game. Takes a pitch at the knees for a called strike. Edward 3 hits in his first 2 games, including a double, 3 RBIs, and I'm predicting he's going to go ahead and collect 3 RBIs right here. So I think he's going to send it out of the park. Maybe go 350 or 345. Not going to send it out of the park. It's going to be a looping line drive out to the right fielder that no one will be able to advance on. And wah, 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 I lose my yard card. So Chris Freeman and Ava Dorn in the rhythm section, the only ones left with yard cards here in the press box. Landon Rogers 1 for 2. Could he have a big day here on his mom's birthday? Find a gap. He can run too, can he, Ken? Got some long legs. It's got to be 36 inseam right there. That's some long legs. (6'3", 170 pounds. Played in 50 games for Trevecca D2 school here in Nashville. And there's one that winks on the outside corner for a called strike. Going to take a 2-out knock. He had a 1-out knock, drove in the only run. Hit 272 for the Trojans. 7 doubles, a triple, and 4 home runs. Fouls that one out of play. AAA Autoglass. Foul ball. They've repaired 2 windshields for me. I don't own either one of those vehicles any longer, though. That's right. We bought some new ones in the last 2 years. Can't hide money, folks. You can't hide money. 44 hits as Austin Wilson and Josh Gilbert thought that was strike 3. But the opinion of the home plate umpire was that it missed the plate. Don't take strike 3, Landon. Let's put an old hickory steel press bat right on that baseball. I don't know what they're using. Wilson's, Rawlings. Full count ministries, full count. That could score 2 if he can find that gap. Left fielder Trey Dooley's playing him a little over towards center field. Center fielder's on the right field side in center field. There's a ground ball to second, and that's been Deadville for rhythm. Maddox Cope has handled everything over there, and that is out number 3. Rogers can't produce 2-out magic there, and we are through 7 innings, and it's still 1-1. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Hendersonville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen. Lefty Jim Douthit out of VMI, 6 foot, 190-pound redshirt sophomore from Richmond, Virginia. On for the Rhythm in relief of Logan Johnson, who goes 2 innings. Gives up 1 hit, no runs. Walked 2. Struck out 2. Did plunk a batter. See, faced 10 Chief batters. And now Jim Douthit is the pitcher of record. Douthit's second appearance of the year. He came in relief up in Madisonville. Pitched to 6 batters. Retired 4 of those. Did give up a hit and a walk. Struck out 3 of those 4 outs. On for his second appearance. Picked up the save in the 7-4 win for Full Count against Madisonville. Madisonville is trailing big to the Hoptown Hoppers. 12-2 is the first pitch from Douthit in there for a called strike. Madisonville looking to go 0-6. That one catches the backstop. Jack Robinson at the plate. He's 0 for 1. He's walked a couple of times. 10 walks and a hit batter by Rhythm pitching tonight as they have wiggled off the hook. 2 innings with bases loaded. Swing and a miss on the fastball. Running slow. Is he getting tired? Is it 1-2 or 1-1? Mine's running slow too. I'm getting tired. Just misses outside. Limbo out of the way of that inside pitch. Austin Spears on deck. It's a full count? I thought it was 2-2. Is that right? Apparently it was a full count. Ball 4. Third time that Jack Robinson has walked tonight. Let's make sure they don't slip in a pinch hitter on us again tonight. That is number 4. Parker Davis started the game, went 4 innings, no hits, 1 run. Walked 5, struck out 5. Squaring around a bunt, fouling it backwards was Spears, who's 0 for 2 and been hit by a pitch. Will Claudney came in and pitched the 5th. Delivered 1 inning, no hit, no run, walked 3, struck out 2. Logan Johnson, 2 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and a hit batter. Douthit is from VMI, pitching to VMI catcher Bryson Hamilton. Kason Youngblood, I believe, is still out there in left field. Large human out there in center. Jay Fuller is in center. Kason is in left. Nathan Rowland still in right field. See if he squares around the bunt again. They got him picked. And Youngblood's going to dive and make the tag. Anybody going to make a call, or they're saying he didn't get him? Base umpire Jason Carey says he didn't get him. Josh Carman going to come out to the line and want to have a conversation with Jason Carey to see if maybe he'll ask John Higdon, the first base umpire. No, yeah, I'm not sure that even if we use replay here. Joel Chandler tried to dive to get Jack Robinson. So if they don't get the call, it's no harm, no foul. But now John Higdon is being asked to come over, offer up his opinion. Carson Jones says, hey, don't leave me out of it. John says, come on over here and get away from the head coach, Josh Carman, because we don't need him in our ear. There we go. It's a little bit closer up. So while they're having a conversation, let's talk about the umpires. Just kidding. Let's talk about Edge Appraisal Services. Travis Smith, longtime supporter of Full Count Ministries, Full Count Rhythm Baseball. He's got a half-page ad in this Dudek Communications printed program. Got a son. I'm not sure if he's still at Station Camp High School or not. But he does Edge Appraisal Services, provide high-quality appraisals on all types of residential properties in Sumner County and in other counties, and they're going to say he took him out, the dive, and now Scott Tucker, I assume, is the third base coach, wants to have a conversation. John Higdon says, let's back up and get on the other side of the line and we'll have a conversation. Pick off caught stealing. One, 3 to 4 for out number one. I'm not sure what takes a conversation with three umpires on that particular play and how it gets turned. Scott Tucker is not happy with John Higdon. John is now saying enough is enough. Scott Tucker will go back to the third base coach's area. So now, one out, and the count, no balls and one strike to Austin Spears. Here in the top of the eighth, 1-1. It's been 1-1 for a while. Full Count scored one in the bottom of the second. Paducah came back with one in the top of the third. It's been tied ever since. 1-1 pitch from Douthit. That's right down the can for a called strike. Spears 0 for 2. Been hit by a pitch. Stole second, but was stranded there in the sixth inning. On deck, Jace England. Don't call me Jason. Madisonville trying to come back. They've scored 2 in the bottom of the eighth to at least make that game go to the ninth. And trail 12-4 with one out against the Hoptown Hoppers. Chopped foul off of the legs of Spears, and the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. One hit in the game for Paducah. That was a single by Andrew Dixon, sandwiched in between 2 walks, and Logan Johnson was able to pitch out of trouble there in the seventh. Full Count has danced around 11 walks in the game. The other night, 27 walks in that home opener. I believe it was. Fouled down right field line and out of play. See what game that was. It was a 3-hour and 18-minute ball game. That was the home opener. Game 1 of the year against Henderson. Full Count won 10-5, but they had 14 walks among 4 of the 5 pitchers. Also plunked 2 batters. Henderson walked 13 and plunked 2. So 31 free bases. Full Count Ministries, full count. What happened to my score bug? Blame me, folks. My wife is not here. Back-to-back walks. And Stegall says they blame me even if my wife is here. Left-handed hitting first baseman Jace England stays right in there on that sidearm fastball. Fouls it back. We will go to Henderson tomorrow. And I think that's a 6:30 start. And back home for back-to-back games, Madisonville on Saturday. And Fulton is a throw over to first. Spears back in time. Edward McLeod with a couple of tags to his back just to make sure. Then an off day on Monday. That's day one of kids camp. 5-year-olds to 12-year-olds. Another throw over as Edward McLeod has to come off the base. Catch that sidearm. Time called. John Higdon's taking note of something. Not sure what that is. You can throw to a base in college baseball as many times as you want. Ken, what could he be taking note of over there? Oh, okay. Maybe he's warning somebody in the dugout. Runner takes off. Pitch is called strike. No throw down. Not sure why. No throw made. Somebody stoked, I'm assuming, in the Paducah Chiefs dugout. Second stolen base of the game by Spears. Now runner in scoring position. 1 ball, 2 strikes to England with 1 out. Swing and a miss. And of course, a fire and security strikeout. That's a big out right there by Douthit. He's got a pick off of Robinson. Now a swinging strikeout for out number 2. Brings up the 9-hole hitter, Javon Andrews, who's 0 for 2. How's that one off? Apparently, I ended that half inning. Not sure what happened there. Another spinning plate that crashed. Alfred fires. That's over the plate at the knees for a called strike. Andrews walked and scored in the third. Almost solely responsible for that. A walk, stole 2 bags, was on third base on Maddox Cope. Grounded out to third base. That tied the game and been there ever since. Full Count has scored 37 runs in the 3 games they played up till this game, but Paducah has stymied them. 3 hits in the ball game to go along with those 2 runs by both teams. Count moves to 2s, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, a runner at second. 2 total runs scored. That's a lot of deuces. If only Javon Andrews was number 22. Alfred says, I'm going to walk you back to second base. That's his one and only disengagement allowed during this batter. He has his sign. Comes set and delivers. This is outside. Full Count Ministries, Full Count. Of course, Full Count Rhythm is under the umbrella of Full Count Ministries. Title sponsor, Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. I believe Todd Hunley was supposed to be in the house. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate is providing the meal. Swings! Corson, strikeout to end the inning. Strand a runner, no runs, no hits. As we are headed to the bottom of the eighth, and that is rally time. We need some runs. Be right back after this short break.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Safeware is there when response is critical, assisting in the classroom as you shape the future of America, helping you build roadways and infrastructure for tomorrow. With protective solutions, innovative technology, and leading technical services, Safeware works tirelessly to provide our nation's workforce with confidence in their safety. Before, during, and after, Safeware is there.
Take a spicy Chick-fil-A sandwich from Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. Ken Stegall, he doesn't like it spicy. Chris Freeman, he's a spicy. What are you, Ava? You regular? She's regular. My wife is regular as well. New pitcher on the mound for the Paducah Chiefs. He is a second-year pitcher for the Chiefs from Hanover College. Nathan Bodenberg, 5'10", 175-pound sophomore from Westfield, Indiana. Right-hander on in relief of Josh Gilbert, who went 2/3 of an inning. 145 in attendance today, second home game. We got missions night on Saturday. Here, you're gonna miss that, Ken. Gonna wear some specialty jerseys on Saturday, I believe. Mission night. They're gonna wear specialty jerseys, and I don't know that they'll auction all of them off. They're gonna auction some, is what I saw. So you want to be ready for that. Get you a cool jersey that's provided by Chick-fil-A of Rivergate, and be ready to bid. Joel Chandler to lead it off. He's a number 9 hole hitter, but one of the top hitters, and he's 0 for 2, which means he is due. Nobody wanted to play that time. Somebody's watching from Paducah, Kentucky. Didn't give the name. Chandler takes a off-speed pitch for a called strike. BE_SUEQ on YouTube says watching from Paducah, Kentucky. And rooting for the Rhythm, I guess. Oh, breaking pitch lands a little high. Chandler's hit 2 balls to his counterpart, the second baseman, Maddox Cope. I would say keep it away from Maddox. You can line one down that right field line, maybe get you a triple. I'm going to have a triple card right here, down the right field line. Nope, a little slow roller. That's going to be backhanded, but dropped, and that will be an infield single for Joel Chandler. Tough play for Bodenberg. He had to come down the third base line. And that's the third hit of the ball game. Not a screamer by any stretch of the imagination. Bodenberg. Hanover College. I did check from my statement the other day as to famous from Hanover. College. Jay Fuller's at the plate. Woody Harrelson, I did check that, and it's correct according to the internet. So if it's on the internet, it must be right. I'm a French model. Jay Fuller, 0 for 2. Chandler thought about going. Austin Wilson was ready to fire down to second base, but Chandler did not go. Joel's 0 for 1 in stolen base attempts. Rhythm are 6 of 7 on the season. Breaking pitch, that must have missed down. And it's a 2-1 count to Fuller out of Oak Grove. Isaiah's calling yard card for Jay. His dad's using his yard card right here. Says Jay's going to send one out of here. That would definitely be, he took a home run cut there and fouled it off. He, at the plate, if he hits a home run, would definitely be a Country Financial Zach Williams insurance run. But the go-ahead run is on first. You got to be ahead before you get some insurance runs. Ken Stegall thinks that happens the 7th inning and beyond. I give Zach Williams the doubt or the benefit of the doubt to say we'll start it in a 5th inning if we're leading, because we love Zach Williams. Susie Q, rooting for the Rhythm and the Chiefs. She just loves everybody. She's Ephesians 4:32. Be ye kind to one another. Started to go. They want to check with Jason Carey in the middle of the field. And he says, no, he did not go. And the count goes full. Is that right? Full Count Ministries. Full count. Isaiah's called for the yard card on Jay the other day. I think he walked or got hit by a pitch. Nathan Bodenberg stretches and delivers. It is a chopper right up the middle, right on the bag, and throw to first. It is a 6-3 double play and another rally-killing double play. That's a third double play turned by the Chiefs. Chandler out 6 unassisted, and Ava has said yard card. Jason Youngblood is in scoring position at the dish. He's 1 for 3, grounded into one of those double plays. Not a whole lot's left the infield in either team's at-bats. But Bodenberg's going to have to deliver here. He's down 2-0 in the count to the big Lee Flame, Jason Youngblood. It's a grounder to short, backhanded by Spears. Throw over. Nice dig out by Jace England to retire Youngblood. And another 3 up, 3 down for Full Count. It's going to take a walk-off if Full Count's going to win this one. We're headed to the 9th, all tied up. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here.
Compliant with code. If you're a facility manager or building owner, you've heard the term plenty of times. At Corson Fire and Security, we work to keep buildings compliant with the most demanding code of all, our own. We've been protecting people and property since before most of today's codes were even written. And what we've learned along the way makes us the best choice to partner with for the future. Corson Fire and Security, celebrating 70 years. Learn more at corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Hendersonville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen. Lefty Luke Veercan. It's actually Veercant. I just don't like to say can't. Veercant out for the 9th. He is the 5th pitcher for Josh Carmen and Jimmy Gamboa, the head coach, pitching coach. He's from Trevecca, redshirt freshman. Former Good Pasture Cougar. On in relief of Jim Douthit, who went 1 inning. No hits, no runs. Couple of walks, couple of strikeouts. He faced 4 batters, did Douthit. Top of the lineup for the Chiefs, Maddox Cope, as Veercant delivers high. Stephen Ardito, our bus drivers, checking in on YouTube. Swing and a miss. He'll be ready to drive that Anchor transportation bus tomorrow to Henderson, Kentucky. Lives up in Clarks, Vegas. Does Stephen Ardito. Chick-fil-A has arrived inside the press box, and everybody but me is already digging in. We got, gotta talk during this part. That sure does smell good. Some good Christian chicken. 2-2 count. Popped up on the right side. Shallow right field. On comes Roland, but out goes Joel Chandler to make the hard play for out number 1. Veercant from Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Sports management major over there at Trevecca. Son of Eric and Casey Veercant, brother to Levi and Eva. He's got a granny in Virginia and a nanny in Hendersonville. Red Haas looks at ball 1. He's looked at a lot of balls outside the zone. Today he's walked 3 times. That pitch misses somewhere. Top of the 9th we go. Drama building here in Driggs Creek. Swing and a miss. Haas struck out looking in the first, but walked in the 3rd, 5th, and 7th, batting for the 5th time here in the 9th. So every odd inning, Brett Haas has been at the plate. Fastball delivered on the outside corner. On deck, Andrew Dixon. Popped up. That'll get out of play. See if there's any kids still here at the ballpark going after these foul balls. AAA also does shower glass. 2-2 pitch coming from Veercant. Swing and a miss on a slow curve. And a Corson Fire and Security strikeout. Veercant's 2nd appearance of the year. He faced 3 batters at Madisonville. Picked up a strikeout facing 3 batters there. Now lefty on lefty matchup. Popped up and out of play by Dixon. Got a Little soft line drive single in the left field his last time up. The only hit of the game for the Paducah Chiefs. Fulton Railroaders now leading 9-7 as another foul ball gets out of play. 0-2 count. See where that inning is. They're in the top of the ninth. Bierkamp with an 0-2 count. Chopped foul at the plate. Like they're just starting the top of the ninth. Henderson trailing 9-7. Oh, 2 rounded right back up the middle, and Chandler's going to throw over to first, but he backhanded that one. Looked to me like he wasn't sure if Rogers was going to take it, or not sure either one of them had a chance to throw Dixon out. He's now 2 for 4 as he gets the infield single. And Trey Dooley stands to the plate, the cleanup hitter, 0 for 2. First batter to reach off of Luke Vierkant this year. He's got a little bit of that Lake Morris look to him. He's actually wearing the same number that Lake, the former Hendersonville Commando, current Belmont Bruin, wore, number 6. Diminutive left-hander, and Lake's pitched some big games for Full Count. 2 balls and no strikes to Dooley. Rhythm trying to hold the Chiefs here in check. That smashed foul down the left field line, but it will go foul. Dooley's walked twice, struck out and flown out to deep left field. Another one drilled down the left field line. It is foul. We can't see it. We're using context clues, also known as the home plate umpire. 2 balls and 2 strikes as Dooley is zeroing in on Vierkamp. Let's see what he offers him with a 2-2 count with 2 outs. May not be what he's seen yet, as we've got some riffraff out in front of the press box. Whole bunch of hollering. It's not a place for kids around here. Just kidding. 2-2 pitch, and he does. He gets him fishing on the 2-2 slow pitch. And of course, fire and security strikeout ends the inning. And it is walk-off time. Vierkamp faces 4, allows 1 single, but strands him. And it is time for Full Count. You get the run, 2 runs, 3 runs, 4 runs, whatever it takes. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
At the Hendersonville Firefighters Association, IAFF Local 3460, we believe our mission goes beyond the firehouse. It's about serving people, strengthening our community, and sharing hope. That's why we're proud to support Full Count Ministries and their dedication to developing athletes, building character, and spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ. Whether on the field or in the community, we stand united in sharing the good news and making a lasting impact. Hendersonville Firefighters Association, Local 3460, proudly supporting Full Count Ministries. Go Rhythm!
This is Son Snacker. You're listening to Full Count Rhythm Baseball with my grandpa.
There she is, a little cutie patootie, Sloaney Baloney, down in Columbus, Mississippi. They'll be moving back to Caledonia. They buy and sell houses pretty regular, so that family Trying to make a buck or two down there in Mississippi. They're house flippers. They're not on HGTV yet, but who knows? Maybe one of these days. 2 full-time jobs, and in their side business, they flip some houses. Entrepreneurial, my daughter Cassidy and her husband Andrew. 3 kids, Reese, Sloan, and little Charlie Rose, also known as Charlotte Rose, 2-year-old granddaughter. Gonna have another one here coming up in a couple of weeks. Lord willing, from Wilson and Anna Reese. Wilson was on for about 2 seconds on the broadcast early, then had to chase down little Lucy. Nathan Rowland, he can walk it off. Facing Nathan Bodenberg, breaking pitch, sails inside. Who's got a yard card left? Ken doesn't have one. Ava doesn't have one. Chris got one. He doesn't play yard card, though. Yeah, I don't think he's played yet. The 1-0, Rowland. That's not going to be a yard card, but it's going to be a tough play for Spears. And he throws on the run, but he can't get Nathan Rowland. And there's the potential winning run on at first base on an infield single. Rowland now 1 for 4. Picks up his second hit in a Rhythm uniform. Big boy can run. And it's Bryson Hamilton can, in his first game in the Rhythm uniform, be the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate player of the game and drive in that winning run. Well, he takes one right down the can for a called strike. Anybody out there got a yard card for Bryson Hamilton? They're free, folks. You get one a game. Unless they walk or get hit by a pitch. Hamilton's 0 for 3. The VMI Keydet throw over to first. Rowland is back. And the Rhythm make a winner out of Luke Vierkant. Can't they or can they? Throw down to first. Austin Wilson playing with fire there. Did he? Okay. Doesn't look good, real good right now. We've got a new extra inning rule. I forgot about it until I saw there was one the other day. Popped up to the right side. I think that will skedaddle out of play. A AAA autoglass foul ball. But Hamilton now down in the count. We have, you play a half inning. You don't play the full 10th inning. It's a sudden death, and before the game, the home team coach chooses whether he wants to go on offense or defense. And Josh Carmen picked offense, which right now not looking good. Way Rhythm is hitting tonight. Another foul ball out of play. AAA autoglass. Foul ball. They're located in all kinds of states. Alabama. Where do we have them? There we go. Tennessee, Kentucky, Georgia, Alabama, the Carolinas, Florida, New York, Texas, and Louisiana. 1-2 pitch is down low. On deck, Hudson Separulo. He might be wanting to get an at-bat. So leadoff infield single by Nathan Rowland, leaving it up now to Bryson Hamilton. That's a line drive single in the left field. 2 runners on. Don't want to go to the 10th, these young men. They just want to win it here in the bottom of the 9th. Back-to-back hits. Yard this card, he says. It's kind of a backwards way to say it. We're going to have a pinch runner for Rowland. Kason Hill is going to come in to pinch run for Nathan Rowland. winning run at second base. Hudson Separulo says he'd like to win it. He's going to square around the bunt, lays one down the third base line, but it's foul. Wonder how often Separulo's been asked to bunt. You know, you don't get your yard card back. I've had that before. If he bunts, even if it's a sack, it's still you lose. Chris Freeman wants to make new rules. Well, he might bunt too foul and then go ahead. He's squaring around the bunt. Ball outside. Separula 0 for 2. He's also walked. Right now being asked to lay down a sack bunt, which would be good to have a runner at third base with less than 2 outs. It's good managing. Squaring around the bunt, and he fouls it again. Down that third base line, and the count goes 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yard that card, he says. Separulo hit one out of here the other night over the Chick-fil-A Rivergate sign, which is fitting because Chick-fil-A Rivergate sponsoring our home runs along with our starting lineups and our jerseys. Title sponsor for Full Count Rhythm. 1-2 pitch coming from Bodenberg with 2 on, nobody out. He delivers a fastball that misses outside. Definitely does not want to get it into the sweet spot for a Hudson. He is a strong young man. Home run would put us some Country Financial Insurance runs. He spoils that pitch. Zach Williams will be okay with a 3-run homer and win this one 4-1. Make Chris Freeman a prognosticator. He is predicting a home run here. Tommy and Mary Kate, his parents, they'd be rather happy. 2-2 pitch. Grounded to first base. He's going to go to second for 1. No throw to first, which they might have had Separulo at first. I'm fat fingering the camera here, but we'll have runners at first and third. So almost the same situation as laying down a bunt. Have the runner at third, and now the question is, will they go ahead and walk Bozeman? Does not look like it right now. Bozeman with runners at the corners. 1 out. Needs to just get the ball out of the infield. Takes a slow breaking pitch inside for ball 1. Bozeman 0 for 1. He's walked and scored and been hit by a pitch. Could we see a suicide squeeze? Jonas Smithson down at third base. And now the infield finally comes in. I was wondering why they wouldn't be in before that. Called strike. I mean, that is the winning run at third base. So Separulo needs to just go ahead and take the bag. Chase England not even holding Separulo on, but that is a fly ball out to center field. That's going to do it. Kaysen Hill tagging, and the play at the plate is not in time. That's a walk-off sac fly, and that's your ball game. Full Count Rhythm get the victory in the bottom of the 9th. This one belongs to the Rhythm. 2-1. Charlie Bozeman with the RBI on the sac fly. Route number 2, but Kaysen Hill comes in to score the winning run. Bodenberg takes the loss. The winning pitcher is Luke Vierkant. He moves to 1-0. In a game that takes 2 hours and 53 minutes. Full Count stays undefeated. They move to 4-0. Paducah falls to 2-3, and that's 3 straight that they've lost. Full Count scores 1 run in that bottom of the 9th, a walk-off sac fly on 2 hits, no errors. Full Count will be on the road tomorrow at Henderson. So join us right here on the Full Count Broadcast Network on YouTube and Facebook. And let's get to our Full Count Ministries verse of the game. It's found in the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 18. It says, I consider that our present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us. And that is when we come into God's glory in heaven, our sufferings here on earth, which the Bible tells us we will have, but it does not compare to the glory that we'll have when we get to heaven. Romans 8:18 is the Full Count Ministries verse of the game. Our Chick-fil-A Rivergate player of the game, Charlie Bozeman, with the walk-off sac fly to deliver a victory for the Rhythm. Win this one 2-1. I'm glad we didn't have to go to extra innings. Brandon Jagger's asking for Travis Tritt playing here at the end. He wants rice cooking in the whatever that one's called. That's one we used to always play. That's what he says. As Full Count goes to 4-0 on the season. Had some nice comments from folks on YouTube and on Facebook tonight. Appreciate everybody who chimed in. Let's see how other action. Henderson Flash have come back, and they are still playing in the top of the 9th. They lead Fulton 10-9. There's a quick check of Game Changer. Shows 10-9 there. And let's see if the Hoppers did get the victory, 12-6 over Madisonville. And that'll do it from Drakes Creek Park. Winning pitcher Luke Vierkant, 1-0. And Full Count goes to 4-0. Hopefully the next home game next Saturday, lovely wife will be back in action here running the show, directing. It's a big help for sure to have her here. And I'll pack it up and we'll get on the road tomorrow on the Anchor Transportation bus and head to Henderson. A lot of plates spinning still as we finish up. Again, thanks to folks in attendance, 145 here on Chick-fil-A Rivergate night. They delivered meals to both teams. It's a good game tonight between the Chiefs and the Rhythm. So looking forward to some more duels between the Rhythm and the Chiefs. Be back up there, I believe, on the 11th, a week from tonight. For Josh Carmen, the general manager and head coach, for the rest of the Rhythm section here, Chris Freeman, our public address announcer, official scorer Ken Stegall of the scorer's table, and Ava Dorn, our clock operator. This is Tim Reese saying God bless you and thank you for watching another edition of Full Count Rhythm Baseball on the Full Count Broadcast Network. God bless you, everybody.
Welcome to Full Count Rhythm Baseball on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Presented by Full Count Ministries and Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. Now let's head into the ballpark for tonight's game. This has been another Full Count Rhythm Baseball game presented by Full Count Ministries and Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We'll see you next time right here on the Full Count